The atomic age has moved forward at such a pace.
I think we're going to get nuclear fusion to work in the next few years.
Scientists at the National Ignition Facility achieved fusion ignition.
Against the dark background of the atomic bomb, the United States does not wish merely to present strength, but also the desire and the hope for peace.
Nuclear energy holds the power to eliminate entire cities within seconds, from the devastation of Hiroshima to the invisible terror of Chernobyl. Its disastrous potential has left scars on our history. But could this destructive force be the key to a sustainable future? The 1950s presented the United States with an escalating energy crisis. The post-war economic boom fueled a great need for electricity, but the reliance on fossil fuels wasn't sustainable. Pollution was rising, foreign oil dependency was growing, and resources were being depleted. The nation urgently needed a new, cleaner, and more efficient energy source to power its rapidly modernizing society. Amidst this crisis, a potential solution emerged. Decades of research and innovation led to the development of nuclear power as a reliable and controllable source of large-scale electricity generation. President Dwight Eisenhower, recognizing the dual-edged nature of atomic power, introduced the Atoms for Peace program at the United Nations in 1953.
To the making of these fateful decisions, the United States pledges before you, and therefore before the world, its determination to help solve the fearful atomic dilemma, to devote its entire heart and mind to find the way by which the miraculous inventiveness of man shall not be dedicated to his death, but consecrated to his life.
His vision was to shift the narrative from destruction to development, promoting the peaceful use of atomic energy worldwide. This initiative paved the way for the creation of the Shippingport Atomic Power Station in Pennsylvania. The nation's first nuclear power plant began operation on December 2, 1957. While Shippingport thrived after its construction, other power plants across the country, like Dresden Station in Illinois, Oyster Creek in New Jersey, and Turkey Point in Florida, also began operations in the 1960s and 70s. However, these achievements were not without challenges.
Been a nuclear nightmare. As far as we know at this hour, no worse than that. But a government official said that a breakdown in an atomic power plant in Pennsylvania today is probably the worst nuclear reactor accident to date.
The 3 Mile Island incident, the most serious nuclear power plant accident in U.S. history, left the nation in shock. The 3 Mile Island Nuclear Generation Station was located just south of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. At 4 a.m. on March 28, 1979, the incident began with a mechanical failure in the plant's secondary non-nuclear section. A valve in the reactor's cooling system failed to close, causing a loss of coolant. Operators misinterpreted the situation and made decisions that worsened the problem. They turned off the emergency cooling system, which was designed to prevent the reactor core from overheating. As a result, the reactor core overheated, causing a partial meltdown. This released a small amount of radioactive gases into the atmosphere. Fortunately, most of the radioactive material was contained and there were no immediate injuries or deaths. However, this event, along with other similar disasters like Chernobyl, led to significantly stricter regulations, improved operator training, and enhanced safety measures across all U.S. nuclear facilities. It also effectively halted the expansion of nuclear power in the United States for decades, as it shattered public confidence in nuclear energy. No new power plants were approved for construction for over 30 years following the incident. Fast forward to the 2020s, and interest in nuclear energy has surged. New technological advances such as small modular reactors that reduce costs are making nuclear energy an increasingly attractive option. Today, the United States operates 93 nuclear reactors, most of which have been running since the 1970s and 80s, contributing nearly 20% of the nation's electricity. Additionally, the United States still has catching up to do compared to other countries when it comes to nuclear energy. For instance, France is a significant player in this sector, generating about 70% of its electricity from nuclear reactors, making it one of the world's largest users. But there is another interesting present-day twist to nuclear energy. Nuclear fusion is being promised for 2028. Nuclear fusion occurs when two light nuclei merge to form a single heavier nucleus. Typically, it's the deuterium and tritium that react, and they produce a helium nucleus and a high-energy neutron. In the process of all this fusion, energy is produced. All current nuclear plants use a process called nuclear fission. For the sake of simplicity, we can say it's the opposite of nuclear fusion. However, nuclear fusion releases several times the energy generated by fission, making it a far more powerful process. A company called Helion was all over the news recently because they promised to have nuclear fusion tech ready by 2028. They are being backed by Microsoft and OpenAI, the creators of ChatGPT. It is clear that nuclear fusion is a preferred energy source for powering AI in the future. As nuclear energy advances, we can appreciate the pivotal role of the Shippingport Atomic Power Station in shaping a sustainable energy future for the United States. As we look to the future, we must remember that progress comes with both promise and hidden risks. It's our responsibility to navigate wisely moving forward, learning from the past while boldly exploring new horizons.